Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, praise the Lord. Welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. We are in here grateful and thankful for this wonderful opportunity and day that the Lord has made to come together to participate in another Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and my sisters, it is the natural, normal, and then the necessary response to loss, change, and or transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. Grateful and thankful for each and every one of you for being here with us on today as we did prepare to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. Hope your weekend was wonderful. This week is going to be wonderful as well as we did prepare to dive into a new week, dive into a new month. We are in the month of February. We are grateful and thankful for this time and this opportunity. Today is day 34. Thank y'all for coming back for some more. We're going to talk real quick about managing the moments of missing them. How do we manage the moments of missing them? Managing the moments of missing them. And whether this is fresh, whether it's been a considerable amount of time, right? How do we manage those moments of missing our loved ones? Let's talk about it. The pangs of their passing persist, and the silence seems suffocating. The pains of their passing persist, and the silence seems suffocating. That pang of their passing, it just continue to persist like a aching that just continues to thrive. It's like a throbbing. It's a constant, continual reminder that they're no longer here. And so that pain persists and the silence seems suffocating. That sometimes we just long to hear that voice. We just long to hear that laugh. We just long to see that face. And the silence of not having had any contact, the silence of not the phone not ring, not getting any phone calls or the text message to come through. The silence, man, it can seem so suffocating, right? That when missing your loved one becomes overwhelming, these are three things we can do. We can lean into these three key steps, right? Then when you have that feeling, when you have that moment, when you're navigating through that particular situation, three things we can do, y'all. We can lean into cherish, celebrate, and continue. Cherish, celebrate, and continue. I'm giving you some tools, tips, and techniques, right? We can cherish, we can celebrate, and we can continue. Well, what are we cherishing? What are we celebrating? And what are we continuing? Cherish their memory by celebrating the legacy they left behind. We can cherish the memory by celebrating the legacy they left behind. And that could look like a bunch of different things, whatever that legacy is, whatever they left in you, whatever they were known for, whatever that is, you can cherish, celebrate, cherish the memory by embracing the legacy. You can cherish the memory by embracing the legacy that they left behind. And that's, man, do something in their name, do something in honor of them, do something, um, embrace, embrace the legacy, whatever that is. And it's so different for so many different people, and different people have different ways of embracing and even just living it out, right? That's one thing that I did. That's one thing that I was just grateful and thankful, whether it was my sister and her legacy of education and her passion, right? So I cherish her by starting motivational speaking. And this is the crazy thing, something that I still do to this day, right? And she passed away in 1999, so it's 26 years. So every time that I get up, every time that I speak, every time that I go into a school, every opportunity that I get, as it relates to schools and this, that, and the other. Y'all, I'm cherishing her memory, right? I'm embracing her legacy. With my father, the conferences that I threw, the disciples that I put together, the activities that I did to pour into young men the same way he poured into me. That was me cherishing his memory and living out that legacy. When my best friend Marlon Sam died, the following Father's Day, he had a vision of doing a Father's Day weekend and and teaching classes for young men and teaching them how to change a tire and check the oil and tie a tie and these different things. And yeah, we celebrated his legacy and cherished his memory by continuing the work that he did and putting that conference on. So when you have those moments of missing that loved one, right? What were they known for? What can you do to embrace their legacy? What can you do to cherish that memory, right? Not only do we cherish their memory by embracing the legacy left behind, but we can celebrate their life by sharing stories and shining their spirit through acts of kindness. Celebrate their life, share them stories. Nothing, we was doing it yesterday, nothing brings a smile to your face, especially in moments of missing that loved one, like sharing those stories, right? Sharing the stories, remember those minutes and moments, those memories are gifts that God has given to us. And those are things that we are to share. Those are the things that we are to hold near and dear to our heart. And you can do that in so many ways, whether it's a conversation, right? Whether you are writing a book or you're making a post. Remember, release brings about relief. And so, having the opportunity, whether you're doing a vlog or you do a video, that's why social media is such a good outlet, right? Because it provides you a space to release. And so when you're feeling that moment of missing them, share. You can share a story. You can create a video. You can share a story that can help you to navigate through that moment. So not only are we going to cherish the memory and celebrate their life, but we can continue the journey, knowing that through grief, though grief is great, God gives us grace to go on. That we continue the journey. One of the greatest things we can do in honor of them is to continue, right? Is to continue to keep moving forward, to keep living our life, to learn and extract lessons from theirs, and to keep moving forward, to continue. And sometimes it's continuing the work that they started, continuing something that they did, as I mentioned before with Marlon Sam, continuing in something that he had established and he had put in place. And that's so very important. And those are some things that we can do to help manage those moments of missing our loved ones. Here is a point of application. Today, take a moment to write a letter to your loved one. Express your emotions. Recall a cherished moment. Reflect on how their presence still propels you forward. Though their hands no longer hold yours, their heart still helps shape yours. Grief is love persevering, and God is love prevailing. Write that letter. When you are in a moment of missing them, one of the most powerful things you can do is compose that letter. Remember, release, it brings about relief. You just need to get it out. And that's a wonderful opportunity to do that. For a while, I would call my father. I called my sister too, but I would call my father and I would leave messages. You know, the phone would ring. I just wanted to hear his voice, and I will leave a message. Right. Eventually, we got the phone cut off. I know some of y'all still keep the phone on. Some of y'all still got the phone, and y'all keep it just for that opportunity. But I would call. I remember I preached his funeral, and when I left the church and pulled off down the street, I called him and said, "Yo, Pops just got done, and I just had a whole moment, right?" And that was my opportunity. That was my opportunity to manage a moment of missing him. And I needed that release, right, to be able to just call and leave that message. So there are a number of things that we can do as we manage those moments of missing them. Cherish their memory and celebrate their life and continue the journey. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 34. Thank y'all for coming back for some more. We are managing those moments of missing them. Continue prayers as you navigate through your grief journey. We're going to make it do what it do. Thanking God and you for this message. Thank you, Miss Denise. Miss Connie says, I have my mother's phone and it's still on. Yep. I still have my mother's phone. Yep. Rox. Yeah. See, what do you do with the letter after you've written it? Great question. What do you do with the letter after you have written? There's a few things you can do. You can keep it and store it. Buy you a nice little box, right? Give you a reason to go to the store. Buy you a nice little keepsake box if you want to write it and you want to put it in there. If you want to write it, and some people take it to the grave site and they leave it on the grave site. Um, some people release it, right? Some people do stuff like put it on a balloon, say a prayer, they release it up into the air, right? Symbolic of it, just going up. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do. I think the main thing that we got to know and understand is the release, right? It's the release that brings about the relief. So it's just getting it out. So after you do that, like I said, store it in a box, put it in a diary. You can take it to the graveyard. You can release it in the air, put it on a, get you a balloon, and have a little balloon release. Um, there's so many different things you can do, right? And so I hope that answers your question. Hope that answers your question. What? Yeah, you are so very welcome. So very welcome. Read it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Keep it and reflect back on it. It'll be amazing um, if you did. So if you kept it and compiled it, and like a year from now, if you went back and you read it, just to see where you were this time last year, right? That may be something great as well. And so, amen. I appreciate y'all joining us on today. Thank you for the dialogue and the feedback. Day by day, step by step, we gonna make it, y'all. Y'all hang on. We are going to make it. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Praying that God just continues to give you grace. All right, let's go.